Guys, this is Mr. Joshy J, and in today's video I am doing my F1 driver ratings and team ratings for the Japanese Grand Prix. All drivers and all teams covered as I rate them for their performances out of 10. So let's start off with Red Bull, shall we? Max Verstappen, 10, absolute 10. P1 in qualifying, P1 in the race, just business as usual, just pure domination. Sergio Perez, 9. Yes, I give Sergio Perez a 9. P2 in qualifying, P2 in the race, very solid by Sergio Perez. Red Bull wanted a response and he delivered, and he's had a good start to the season, but what fans have got to realise is that he had a good start last year, but then he drifted away, unfortunately. So I think fans will be very cautious, but a great weekend for Sergio Perez. Charles Leclerc, 8. Yes, I give Charles Leclerc an 8. I mean, qualifying though was an absolute disaster. It just didn't work out for him at all. But then in the race, he finished at P4. So nice recovery drive by Charles Leclerc. And credit to my team for getting the strategy spot on. Absolutely fantastic. Carlos Sainz, 9. Yes, I give Carlos Sainz a 9. I think it was P4 in qualifying, but then got P3 in the race. Another podium. He is driving absolutely superb because he's desperate to still be in F1 next year because he's without a drive at the moment, so he needs to get absolutely everything, and he is doing just that. Absolutely superb by Carlos Sainz. It really is. Mercedes. Lewis Hamilton, my driver, 4. I mean, qualifying, he out-qualified George Russell, was P7 in qualifying, and then in the race finished, what was it, P9 or P8? And he asked, should he allow George Russell through? What the fuck was that all about by my driver? I am struggling as a Lewis Hamilton fan to wrap my head around that one. It's like, since when does a second-time world champion ask the team should he allow his teammate through? Honestly, that is absolutely terrible. And he's had a shocking start to the season. And then he came out with excuses saying, damage and that. Absolute PR bollocks. I'm sick and tired of it. I'm a Lewis Hamilton fan, but you've got to say it how it is. Just stop with these excuses, okay? Dear me. Pissed off with it, I really am. George Russell, 4. Yes, I give George Russell a 4. He got out-qualified by Lewis Hamilton. Then in the race, he finished, was it P8? But, yeah, not a great weekend for Mercedes at all. And what on earth were they doing with their strategy? This team are literally the new Ferrari 2.0 in their strategy, when my team used to mess up with strategy. But we've improved so much recently, but Mercedes are absolutely abysmal at the moment with their strategy. Going on the hard tyres, what on earth was that all about? Yeah, so not good by Mercedes at all. McLaren, Lando Norris, 9. Yes, I give Lando Norris a 9. P3 in qualifying and P5 in the race. Should have got higher, but McLaren made a slight error with their strategy, so that's why, unfortunately, he finished at P5. Oscar Piastri, I'm going to give him a 7. I thought he was quite solid. Qualifying was decent, and in the race was decent as well, so I say that's good by Oscar Piastri. Obviously, was quite disappointing in Bahrain, but since then, he's looked very good again. So, yeah. Alpine, Esteban Ocon, I'm going to give him a solid 6, really. I mean, he did well to get into Q2, then in the race, really struggled in the race. Pierre Gasly, 0, absolutely 0. This guy has had a shocking start to the season. Yes, I know the Alpine is absolutely awful, but I thought Pierre Gasly would be doing much better than this. A shambolic start to the season for Pierre Gasly, really is. Yeah, Alpine are not in a good place at the moment. Aston Martin, Fernando Alonso, 8. Yes, I give Fernando Alonso an 8. Qualifying really good, and in the race really good. Absolutely had Lance Stroll's number all weekend. Lance Stroll, 0. Absolutely 0. I mean, what on earth is this driver thinking at times? He qualified P16 in the Aston Martin, got knocked out in Q1, and then in the race finished outside the points as well. Nowhere near good enough. But we all know why he's on the grid. It's because of his father, Lawrence Stroll. He should have a pair of balls and say, right, you're not good enough. I want to take this team forward. You are out of this team. But he won't do that because his son brings in all the big bucks. So he's not going to sack his own son, is he, Lawrence Stroll? Shocking by Lance Stroll, honestly. Absolutely abysmal. Racing Balls, 1-1. Yuki Tsunoda, 9. Yes, I give Yuki Tsunoda a 9. P10 in qualifying and P10 in the race. Scored points at his home Grand Prix. Really solid snap by 1-1 Yuki Tsunoda. I'm very impressed with him for that. The smiling Australian, Daniel Ricciardo. Standard high for him as he did retire from the race. Was trying to hold off the Aston Martin, then unfortunately did not see Alex Albon, so a racing incident in my opinion, but the pressure really is on now for Daniel Ricciardo in China. It's make or break for him now, it really is. It's now, the ball is literally in his courts. Kicks Albert, Fauci Bottas, I'm going to give a 7. I thought he's really good in qualifying, made it through to Q2, and in the race was decent as well. Kicks Albert now with another dodgy pit stop, but they've really got to sort this out, otherwise it's going to cost them massively. Steady Eddie, Guan Yu Zhou, standard high, really. Qualifying was not good, but he retired from the race because of gearbox issues. So yeah, high for Steady Eddie, Guan Yu Zhou. Haas, Nico Hulkenberg, 7. I thought it was a very good weekend for him. Again, Mr. Sassy in qualifying and then in the race. Yeah, wasn't the best of races, but still a decent performance. Anyway, Kevin Magnussen, I'm actually going to mark him down a little bit. I'm going to give him a 6, because some very dirty driving in the race, honestly. When is this driver going to change his driving style? He's so winging on the straight, it's totally unacceptable. So yeah, 6 for Kevin Magnussen. And finally, on to Williams. Alex Albon, standard high for him, as he unfortunately retired in lap 1. He qualified about P14, which was bang average really, and then in the race got taken out by Daniel Ricciardo. As I said, racing incident, no one to blame. Disappointing that for Alex Albon. And finally, on to Logan Sargent. You know what's coming. 0. Absolutely 0. I mean, wow, this driver needs to be put out of his misery. He really does. Qualified P19, then in the race, he was actually doing okay, then made a silly error and ended up finishing the race pretty much last. I mean, this guy just, if Williams want to progress as a team, they need to sack him, but unfortunately these days, Williams just make up the numbers. That's the driver ratings done. Team ratings, Red Bull 10, 1 and 2, absolutely fantastic for them. Ferrari 10, third and fourth, and strategy absolutely spot on. I don't know what Fred Vasseur has done to that team, but since the second half of the season, last season, our strategy has just improved so much. Mercedes 5, I mean, shocking strategy. You got to mark them down. They got that horribly wrong. Another poor race of my driver, coming out with so many excuses, and George Russell not that great in the race either, but again, Mercedes shot themselves in the foot. McLaren 7, really solid points for them. Alpine, by an average 5 for them. Aston Martin 7, Alonso good, but Lance Stroll abysmal. Racing Bulls 7, 1 for 1, fantastic. The smiling Australian retired on the first lap, which was unfortunate. Kick Sauber 6 of them really, by an average. Another poor pit stop by them. Haas 6 by an average, and Williams 6 by an average by them really. So that's the driver ratings done. Team ratings done for the Chinese Grand Prix. We now move on to Shanghai, China in a week's time. And it's going to be sprint weekend. There is absolutely no way I am getting up at 4 a.m. to watch a sprint race. Fuck that, man. I mean, I'll probably watch the full Grand Prix live, but the sprint race now gets in the bin. Oh, excuse me. Apologies if you heard that in the background. But anyway, comment your thoughts down below. I will always reply. And let me know your ratings down below, as I've got a new subscriber, Michael.ChelseaFC. So it'd be interesting to hear his ratings, as he is an F1 fan as well. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.